We are all set, and I'm here. Hello, everyone. Welcoming to all our audiences and our community from across the globe. We are here today with our amazing regional chairs from across the continent, leading different regions in their respective regions, of course. And we are here with them for a short virtual conversation on their experiences and stories that they had dealt with or will be dealing in near future at IA. So, just for the a brief knowledge about the regionalization process, which started in the year 2018 to actually democratize the process of projects and ideas via all those programs and events that these regional chairs and their teams plan for. With that note, I would actually give the mic or the floor to the regional chairs to just introduce themselves with respect to their name, and because I know you must have been in touch with most of them with their respective projects and events, but you can get the opportunity to connect with them, ask questions directly designated to them, or share your opinions with respect to specific regions. I am again taking this opportunity to introduce uh, a few of them because we'll be joining two more regional chairs very soon. So, first of all, starting right to left from my screen is Rutaba Tariq, the IF chair, and we are happy to have you here, Rutaba. Then we have our chair for Europe, IF Europe, which is Alexi. Hi, Alexi. And then we have Fanmi, who is the IF Africa chair. And we'll be joining ahead with three more chairs, which is for IF Europe, IF Latin America, and then we'll be having IF Oceania as well. So welcome on board, guys. How are you doing? Okay, starting from Ratava, maybe?
Oh, I'm doing good personally. I was just waiting for somebody else to speak. No, I'm doing it. Thank you. And
I,
thank you for the introduction.
Great.
I hope everyone could hear
Okay.
me. Um,
Yes.
yes, good, excellent. Good and doing great. Thank you.
I'm good
Great.
too. Nice to be here. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you, Sunmi, Alexi, and Rataba. So I'm happy to actually have them here all together because it's actually a very difficult opportunity to bring all of them together, irrespective of their time zones and their busy schedules. So the first of all, I would like to actually run to our first season, or I should say activity, which is Pass the Mic, which would be definitely set of a few questions, and these few questions will be again designed to know their experiences and stories while working at IH. And since given the paucity of time, every regional chair will be only given the period of 2 minutes to answer a question. And these questions can be directly related to your career, academic, or personal experiences at IH. Again, going back to on my screen and passing the mic to our regional chair for IH Asia, Rutaba. So the question goes, what inspired you to be at IF and how close it stands to your dreams? And what is your vision with respect to your position and work at IF?
2 minutes for such a heavy question. I will protest
Yeah, it's
against
a heavy
it.
question.
Well,
Uh-huh.
um, my inspiration for joining ICE when I did join it was very different. But what keeps me here, because I have worked for a couple
Mm-hmm.
of months now, would be the team itself. I get to work with so many different nationalities, so many different people, so many different cultures at the same time. I think that has been the fuel that has kept me here and in my position because I get to work for people from India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Malaysia, and that's just one of the most wonderful feeling being able to collaborate all of this while we're still online. So yeah, that's one of the things that keeps me here. And in terms of how close it is to my dream, it's very close. I think I have a very simple dream. Uh, people may call it naive, but it is to make sure that I contribute to my society in whatever capacity I possibly can in a way that is positive. And because I work closely with young people, my own peers, who I think have the capacity and the time and the energy to make that change, I think I am living the dream of doing that every day at IAPS. It's all about how much more I'll be able to do as I continue my journey with IAPS. And with respect to that dream and what I want to achieve, because the mandate is actually about to end in May, I think we've been able to. I will speak for IAPS Asia. I think I've been incredibly proud of my team for being able to put so many projects projects and so many programs, conversations, seminars. We've grown tremendously at IAPSS Asia as a team and as a community. And with the mandate ending, I'm just hoping that we have a good regional conference, because we do have certain events in our pocket. If we're able to do that, I'd be like, we've had a successful mandate, and I'll sleep peacefully.
Great. Thank you, Rotaba. Over to Alexi.
Well, what keeps me here is a volunteer agreement that I signed, according to which I'm supposed to work until June 1st. But of course, I could quit. And what keeps me here is the overall vision of IAPSS, which is the political science community, the community of friends from around the world that helps each other, because we do know that it's a competitive field. Political science and related international relations, international affairs. The world is getting more competitive, but we can help each other, and we can provide opportunities for people who are not even in IAPSS, but provide opportunities for people outside of IAPSS. And here in North America, my vision is to build a political science community of students, both in US and Canada, united by the common goal of helping each other, progressing in their fields, and doing the best they can to learn from each other in this community, to impact the world, to make it a better place, and impact our continent, of course.
That's such a wonderful idea. And I love your background, by the way, Alexi, on the other front. Okay, passing the mic to our amazing Africa chair, Funmi, over to you.
Okay, for me, I would say that what inspires me to be at IAPSS is that I actually believe in IAPSS vision, which is basically to serve as a global network for political science students, and providing a place for undergrads, graduate students, young professionals, and all of that. So looking at my past, in previous organizations I've always believed in something like this. I've always believed in the power of mentorship, the power of community, and for me, that is what IAPSS represents. What other question was there?
Okay, how close it does stand to your dreams, and what is your future vision with respect to IAPSS?
Okay, it is very, very close to my dream. Like I previously said, I believe in community, standing on the shoulder of giants, being in a community with like-minded people, pushing for a vision, and in places like this is where you go, you learn. You're not restricted to just a nationality. You're working across nationalities. It's an avenue, to go individually, and to go your vision. And so that means I would say that IAPSS is very, very close to my dream. And my vision for my region, Africa, is that I want a vibrant IAPSS Africa, where we have young science students through the instrumentality of IAPSS, are able to interact, network, work in an international environment, work across cultures, work across time zones. It is,
It's a big thing.
And all over the world. For example, I want young undergraduates to be able to, gather that experience. A lot of times, undergraduates are just busy working, in school, in class. They don't have this opportunity to learn. So for me, for young undergraduates, for example, they're able to learn, gather experience before they are out of school, and all of that. So I want to develop a vibrant Africa community. Basically, that's my goal and my vision.
Great. I completely agree with three of you, and I can, kind of conclude on a similar line that all the three experiences, all the stories come from the personal stories or the experiences, I would say, and then you are turning your dream via IAPSS and making other also realize that what their dream is, and to keep believing in themselves with respect to different global issues, happening around. So since like you have been occupied with different projects and events, you have been working on different partnerships as well, you have been working cross-regional as well at some time, and also with the global team or maybe with the student research committees that we have. So what kind of hindrances or challenges have you like felt while implementing those projects, or while going ahead with planning programs, or the challenges in general while being in a leadership position?
Yeah, I think the same. Having worked online, we have different time zones, and I think that's definitely a more logistical challenge. But we tend to do face it because we're all from different backgrounds, and we have different schedules. We try and work around those to find a time and a common purpose that keeps us continue growing. But I think another thing is for organizations like ourselves that are incredibly democratic, and we run on memberships. We rely on members and students, political science students within our communities and our nations, to contribute to the organization like IAPSS to continue them running. The other problem is that when we don't find that kind of membership uh, to support us, we are in a if we kind of we're pushed to question our existence as an organization. So I think that's always a threat that in student-run organizations like ourselves have. So I would definitely, hope that if people are definitely listening to this, especially political science students or IR students and students in the field, I would definitely ask them to engage with IAPSS, be part of its membership, to contribute not just monetarily, but in its decision makers, because people tend to forget that when you're part of an organization like IAPSS, you have the autonomy to be able to decide what IAPSS does, and that's the most powerful thing, and that is, I think, what makes IAPSS IAPSS. So I think that is definitely challenging to be able to reach out, right? And the differences of time. So those are the two things that I can think at the top of my head at the moment.
Any like one sentence solution to it from your side?
My side,
I
give
know it's
me
a,
just one.
yeah, it's a big problem, but any solution that you might suggest for a better, I would say, planning or processing these
Well, first of all,
ideas.
I think we need more manpower on board. We need more organizations, similar like-minded organizations to be with us. So I definitely hope that more and more organizations come to us and more members come to us. They shouldn't feel hesitant. So I think maybe we should market a bit more, reach out a bit more, yeah, communicate a bit more.
Passing the mic to Alexei.
Well, one thing we noticed is general inactivity of students beyond their campus. So they can be active. Of course, they can take their classes. They can be active in on-campus clubs, on-campus associations. But generally, in North America, people don't interact with outside of campus associations, and that's due to there hasn't been any US-wide association for, especially student-led association. Not neither, for general student body. There is no nationwide student association. It collapsed, unfortunately, and of course, there's no political science association. So sometimes people don't even know that something out there exists because they're used to the fact that nothing exists in that realm. And now the challenge is to make IAPSS known on those campuses. And because IAPSS is too good to be true, it sounds too good to be true. People don't believe or don't understand the whole purpose and the whole scope of IAPSS, and they hesitate to join. So my goal is to make it easy to join, and when we're advertising it, help people to fully understand what IAPSS is about and its benefits. So yeah, so far we try to get people excited about IAPSS and tell them that no, there is a association not only on their continents, but it's an international association that can help you to achieve your career goals and learning goals. So don't hesitate to join. But I think it will take a couple of years for us to get established, to get to become more known. We have signed many partnership agreements. We're starting to sign more agreements with university-based organizations. So it's just a matter of time. But in a couple of years, I see that chapter of US and Canada being one of the most successful ones within IAPSS.
Great. And again, a solution or a remedy from your side as the leader for US and Canada.
Formation.
Yeah, like a remedy that the challenge that the region is facing, specifically what you have mentioned, what solutions can be suggested for that?
Well, definitely more engagement from students in terms of volunteering. So don't hesitate to volunteer. I understand it is difficult time, especially right now, with unpaid jobs, unpaid internships, and our goal is to change that. Our goal is to how make volunteering jobs at IAPSS with possibility of remuneration.
Mhm.
Give people at least some remuneration for their work. But
Mhm.
yeah, don't be afraid to get involved. So we do need more people, and I envision this chapter going for when I won't be here, and so I hope there will be people who pick up what we've started and keep going after me. But yeah, main thing I do want people to be as excited about it as I am, and have the desire to work at it for years to develop it to what we want it to become.
Great. That's so inspiring. Thanks, Alexi. And again, for me, your turn.
Okay, for IAPSS Africa, one of the challenges is that we've had there's been a little problem with accessing funds. For example,
Mhm.
I have a group of passionate young people that wants to attend the World Conference. They want to pay for
Mhm.
their membership fees. Looking at the exchange rate, for example, right? So on the African side, sometimes it's like I know it can be very small. It looks really small, but when you convert it to like our currency, is actually like a lot of money. So we've had,
Mhm.
and a lot of our members are students, so we've had that issue. But thankfully, I've I have always like interacted with with the president and with with the global, and they have always been more than willing to accommodate this. So sometimes I've been like, okay, so I have people that wants to attend the conference, but the the application fees or whatever fees is like a little on the high side, and most times, even all of the times, we've come to an understanding. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's do it for Africa like this. Can we have a group of people? Let's give them a discount and all of that. So I'm very, very thankful that apps have been very, very accommodating. Of the peculiarities of the apps African region. That has been the challenge, and that has been my approach to it. Always, having talks with the president and everybody, and they've been accommodating.
Okay. Yeah. I think that is one of the key issues which come from a few of the continents, and that's rightly addressed as well. So, what is the solution or a measure that you can recommend for making it better?
Okay, so for us, this is not a question that this is a question that myself and my team members have actually deliberated on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been very, very concerned. I do not want Africa to be conceived in like a poor light and all of that. So I do not want to like have two parallel payment structures. We have been kind of concerned about that. Like we didn't have like this is the price,
Yeah,
and
I get it.
Africa they
Mm-hmm.
always be that sacrifice. I don't want that is not my goal. So for my team, we are actually still deliberating on it, but it's been a very big
Big
concern
question.
for us. So we are trying to work out alternatives. Okay, so
Mm.
if you are interested, for example, like you're a student, you're interested, okay, could you get like some more of your students? Can you get more people to come and register? And when you come like that, we are willing to give you maybe 10% discount. So that way it is uniform. It's not like this one is getting different fees. And that's what we have been doing. And thankfully, the apps have been very, very accommodating. Very, very,
Mm-hmm.
very, very accommodating. I must say that.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Panme and Rutaba and Alexi as well. So I think these are like some of the ground realities and of course real-time based solutions that these chairs are suggesting, and we should definitely hear with respect to all those regional teams and as well as the global team. It's very important because they represent a big section of different regions from across the globe, and the needs of student communities, specifically young minds, which are facing trouble in these times. And I think these issues should be addressed maybe by the global team, or the regional team can do it all together as well. So moving ahead to our last question of pass the mic session, which is a very small question, or you can answer it in a phrase, which is the question: what kind of project areas or concerns would you like to work with cross regions? I know most of you have worked cross region as well, but also with the global team or maybe with SRC. So any area or sector that you want to work with cross regions or with the global team or with SRCs.
Um, Surprisingly, I think I'm reminded of the Global Student Government Initiative that IAPSS is a core
Mm-hmm.
part of.
Mm-hmm.
I do align some of my own ideas and aspiration to that initiative. I think we definitely need cross chapter contribution to that initiative. In essence, in a nutshell, it's about ensuring that student unions and student representative bodies can formulate an organization initiative together where we could have a global standing, share our knowledge, so on and so forth. So I think we definitely need to continue and put in more effort with that initiative.
Noted. That's a good idea. Okay, you can pass the mic to anyone like you wish to.
Oh, I have
Maybe
to pass the mic.
Alexi?
Oh,
Okay,
no.
continue.
Do I have to pass the mic or are you passing the mic?
You take the honor, Baba.
Well, Alexei.
Um, there's a lot of opportunity and a wide range of possibilities to organize something on a global scale. But given that you're present all inhabited continents here, it would be, I think, interesting idea to organize a global model UN, IAPSS model UN, which would happen simultaneously on all continents. So people from, giving we have challenges to time zones, but it would run, for example, across all time zones with respective chairs present on every continent, and make that exciting activity for students from around the world. Something that would showcase IAPSS and showcase what we can do, and I think that's something we could try to do.
That's an interesting approach and idea, and I would definitely read these ideas in for the programs with the global team. That's for sure. Passing the mic to Funmi.
Okay. I think I would like to have an event, a program with USA and Canada.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be on the line of which area or subject? Any idea?
Okay, so it definitely will be something virtual, but but the main idea for me right now is not that we will not be driving it. Has it regional chairs? Our team will not be driving it, but it will be like for example, undergraduate students, from Africa and from USA and Canada, coming together, brainstorming and coming up with whatever it is that they want to do, and all of that. It's still kind of easy and sketchy right now, but I just want, what I'm trying to do actually is find a forum for self-expression. Sometimes as the chair, you and your team are the one driving the project, you're the one doing, a lot of things, and and the idea for apps is to have people go also, right? So when we have undergraduate students, like first year students, second year students, coming together with IGS to do stuff, they're going to go through it. So that is it. So we're going to take a back seat and just get our committed, motivated members to come together and just dream of whatever it is like that they want to do. So those ones can get trained across borders. They can make friends across borders and all of that.
So this activity is more sort of a final activity, which should be a takeaway from today's meeting and the connections that we have made today itself in the meeting. So again, IELTS is all about working together when it comes to different regions. So we definitely, when we step into the big organization like this, we come up with a mindset or an idea that we'll be doing this or that with the region or with the team itself. But I think we know the reality and we are still, struggling with the challenges, or maybe we are finding new approaches to it. So I would love to know your ideas in a phrase or in a word, that how do you see future IFs to look like? So this would be through an activity. So, okay, I'm going to share a link with you. So imagine that as a final whiteboard where you can stick your sticky notes as a final memory. Pick a color and choose the sticky note and write down your activity on it. You can add the tag with your name. I'll show it to you. Let me share my screen if I could. I hope everyone has got the access to this page.
Saying I could see it, yeah.
Okay, so pick any sticky note like this and write your idea over here. Just do a double tap and write your idea. Make sure to reduce the font of the idea, and you can do it. I would actually recommend Paula as well, who is the person with the PR team, and if she could also write one of the idea, Paula, don't worry, you don't have to switch on your camera and do that. So you can definitely choose a sticky note and write down a future idea, that magical word with respect to IFs. I would definitely try to implement those
Felicia,
ideas.
while they're fixing all of this, why don't you tell us a bit about? I mean, because you've been asking us so many things. You've been such a fundamental
Uh-huh.
part of IAPS. I would love to learn from you. What has kept you going at IAPS so far?
Oh God, that's a very trickiest question that I've ever heard, but yes. So my journey with IF started, as you know, in the year I think 2019, and with the project and events coordinator at Asia, now VP for programs, and between deputy head for programs and working with Paula team as arts and design coordinator as well. So I think what inspires me to be at People is the community which is actually running IF. So the wonderful team that we have, be it in the regional side or the global team, the team keeps me inspiring to do better each and every day. So that is the idea. And plus, when you work with young minds or young students, be it with any event or project, you yourself feel like, okay, you're doing something good for the society, maybe indirectly or maybe supporting them voluntarily, but you are putting your work into the universe somewhere. So it's a good way. IS is a good community. I always promote IS at each and every place, in my university, everywhere, wherever I go in the student community for that matter. So thank you so much for asking that question.
That's wonderful. I mean,
Okay,
obviously, you've been one of the core figures since I came here, so it's always nice to hear from your feedback and insight at IAPS.
thank you. Thank you. I believe so. Thank you so much. Okay, so how beautifully. Okay, Paula is already on it. So this is for Rutaba. Paula, you can also input yours if you have got the, okay, you've got the access, of course. But I'm like kind of enjoying it because someone has actually asked, oh, it's the agent of 2030. Okay, I'm so sorry I have to stop sharing my screen, but we'll be getting back on board. 1 million members by 2030. Wow, that's a great vision, a very huge vision. That's a good one. Okay, fun
That
May.
is a sub goal to the sustainable
Uh-huh.
development goal education.
Yes, yes, one of my favorites. Okay, from you, Fun May? Training is the core, yes. I agree. I completely agree. We usually miss on that. So this is by,
So by His Excellency Alexei. Just don't write Alexei, write His Excellency Alexei.
so I will be taking a picture of it from my side, and you can also, if you want to, because this would be the basic ideas. I'm gonna remove the extra sticky notes. That's beautiful. So here we go with all these ideas. I'm gonna repeat them again. Rutaba, who is the chair for IPS Asia, thinks to have more local student representation from Asia at IFs, which is the core. And I think we are on it, so we'll be getting more people from Asia at the global platform and different platforms for that matter. Second comes, of course, from my side, which is working in coordination with different regions inclusively, because that is what I think is to bring all those local and regional ideas onto the global platform, which is very important. So I would be working for that from my side. And the wonderful idea, which is closely related to SDGs, goal for education, which is one again in the line with that by Alexi, the regional chair for US and Canada, 1 million members by 2030, which is cool. Then we have another wonderful magical idea by Funmi, the regional chair for IAPS Africa, where she wants to have member to be trained and learned with lifelong workplace training skill, which is very important because we actually somehow miss on that, or we kind of avoid that, giving the importance to other factors. So it's very important to get trained or educated with specific work skills. And now we have a wonderful idea by the VP of Programs, who definitely can't switch on her video because she is the one who is handling the behind the scenes activities. So the idea by Paula is to make IELTS more accessible to all students around the world, which I believe is something very true because we have different communities who are socially disadvantaged or economically disadvantaged, and then to create a community where we can share access to political sciences, resources, and knowledge, which is again a very crucial point because usually we have resources for all those technical streams and other fields, but we lack on basic knowledge and stuff with respect to the political science discipline. So that's the whole idea. I'm gonna capture it in my screen. So thank you so much for giving these beautiful ideas. And we'll be definitely would love to hear from you, maybe post this call or this meeting so that we can get to know more about your future ideas for IH. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for these ideas. And now moving towards the end, I would like to wrap this event here itself with all those wonderful activities, Q&A sessions, and I would again love to thank each and every regional chair for giving their time and actually giving their valuable insights about what IF should be, how it should like. So thank you so much. I would also like to thank Paula, who is again there with us to support on the technical side of the event, and all those other people who supported behind the scenes as well. Thank you for our lovely audience and their comments, which are beautiful about our regional chairs. So thank you so much for being here. And stay tuned for more other updates with all our regional pages as well as the global pages for any event, for any further opportunity. Thank you so much and have a lovely weekend ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye bye,
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Paula.